Hey guys, ever wondered how one man's story could redefine your limits? Today we're diving into the incredible life of David Goggins. In our video, David Goggins Can't Hurt Me, we're diving into Goggins' journey from a challenging childhood to becoming a Navy SEAL and ultra-endurance athlete. Wondering how his mindset can reshape your approach to challenges? Buckle up. In this video, we're dissecting key concepts from Can't Hurt Me, from the 40% rule to the accountability mirror. Ever heard of taking souls? Goggins' challenges, like the 4 into 4 into 48, will blow your mind. We're exploring how he embraces discomfort, calluses the mind, and views pain as a stepping stone. Stick around for lessons you can apply to your own life. Hit subscribe, join the conversation below with your thoughts, and let's unlock the untapped potential within. Ready to redefine your limits? Let's get started. Now, let's dig into where David Goggins came from. Picture this: small town New York, 1975. David's early days weren't exactly a walk in the park. Growing up, he faced poverty, racism, and a dad who made life tougher than it should be. But here's the thing about Goggins: he turned every obstacle into a stepping stone. Fast forward a bit, and you find him in the Air Force, testing his limits. But that's just the warm-up. Goggins took things to the next level, becoming a Navy SEAL. Yeah, those guys with nerves of steel. He served his country with grit, but the story doesn't stop there. What makes Goggins unique is his leap from military to mind-bending ultra-endurance challenges. Imagine going from intense SEAL training to running ridiculous distances just for the thrill of it. It's like shifting gears from tough to insane, and that's David Goggins for you, a man who thrives on defying what's considered normal. His life's a roller coaster, filled with ups, downs, and crazy turns. From a childhood that threw everything at him to military service that pushed him to the edge, Goggins isn't your average success story. It's about a guy who faced adversity, stared it down, said, "You won't define me." Now let's dive into what makes David Goggins truly stand out: his mindset and determination. Imagine this: you're facing obstacles, setbacks, and the world seems to be against you. That's exactly what Goggins went through, growing up in a tough neighborhood filled with challenges. What sets him apart is how he tackled those moments. Goggins isn't just physically strong, he's mentally unbreakable. Picture a time in the military where he not only completed the grueling SEAL training, one of the toughest in the world, but he also pushed himself further, breaking records in ultra-endurance events. What's fascinating is his simple yet powerful mantra: stay hard. It's not about having some superhero strength, it's about having a mindset that refuses to give in. Goggins believes that your mind gives up way before your body does. It's like a safety switch that tries to protect you. But here's the kicker: that switch, according to Goggins, is only at 40% of what you're actually capable of. So, what does that mean? It means Goggins is all about pushing past that 40%, silencing the doubt in your head, and proving to yourself that you can endure more than you think. It's not about being invincible, it's about being stubbornly persistent, refusing to let adversity define your limits. In a nutshell, Goggins' mindset is a reminder that the real battle happens in your head. Stay determined, stay focused, and who knows what incredible feats you can achieve. It's not about being the strongest, it's about being the most resilient. All right, now let's get into the heart of the matter. Can't Hurt Me. This book isn't your average read. It's a powerhouse of grit, lessons, and real talk. So what's the big deal? Picture this: David Goggins spills his life story, co-piloted by Adam Skolnick. But it's not your standard biography. Nope. They spice things up with dialogues, making it feel like you're sitting with them, sharing a cup of coffee. It's not just about Goggins' achievements. It's the journey, the struggles, and the raw, unfiltered truth. Now, imagine you're getting a backstage pass to Goggins' mind. The book isn't just words on paper. It's a guidebook for anyone hungry for change. It's structured in a way that keeps you hooked, like a Netflix series but for your brain. What sets it apart? It's not a lecture, it's a conversation. Goggins and Skolnick dish out life lessons, unvarnished and straight from the gut. You'll find yourself nodding along, maybe even blurting out a "yeah, I get that" at times. So why bother? Because it's a roadmap for unleashing your own potential. It's not about preaching, It's about sharing the nitty-gritty of becoming your best self. Can't Hurt Me is more than a book. It's a reality check, a motivator, and a guide for anyone ready to push their limits. In a nutshell, it's like Goggins himself is sitting across from you saying, "Here's the deal. This is how I did it. Now go crush it." Now, let's rewind the clock and take a stroll through David Goggins' early days. Picture this, a small town in rural New York where life wasn't handing out any silver spoons. Goggins grew up in the midst of challenges that most of us can only imagine in a movie. His childhood wasn't a walk in the park. Poverty knocked on their door, and discrimination was a regular visitor. The air was thick with racial tensions, making everyday life a struggle. But here's the thing about Goggins. He didn't let those tough beginnings define him. Instead, he faced the hurdles head-on, turning adversity into his driving force. Imagine a young Goggins facing not only financial hardships, but also a father whose actions cast a long shadow. It wasn't an easy script, but it set the stage for what would become a remarkable journey. In the midst of these challenges, something remarkable happened. Goggins discovered a superpower hidden within himself, the power of self-discipline. Rather than succumbing to the difficulties around him, he chose a different path. This early exposure to life's harsh realities ignited a fire within him, shaping the mindset that would later propel him through Navy SEAL training and beyond. So when we talk about Goggins' early life, it's not just a backstory. It's the foundation of a mindset that defies the odds. The grit and resilience cultivated in those formative years laid the groundwork for the unstoppable force that David Goggins would become. And that, my friends, is where the legend began. All right, now let's dive into something that really sets David Goggins apart, the 40% rule. Now, imagine your brain telling you, "Hey, I'm done, I'm exhausted, throw in the towel." That's where most of us would call it a day, right? Well, Goggins believes otherwise. He's got this crazy idea that when your brain says, "I'm done," you're actually only 40% done. Let's break it down. Goggins argues that our minds have this built-in governor that kicks in way too early. When we feel like we've hit our limit, it's just a fraction of what we're truly capable of. It's like your brain saying, "Hey, take it easy." But Goggins says, "Nah, push harder." To put it in everyday terms, think about a workout. You've hit that point where your muscles are screaming and you think, "I can't go any further." Goggins would say, that's your mind hitting 40%, but your body can go way beyond that. It's mental toughness in action, pushing past the point where most people throw in the towel. The crazy part? Goggins lives by this rule. From grueling SEAL training to running insane distances, he's proved time and again that the 40% rule isn't just a theory, it's a game changer. So, next time your brain says, "That's enough," remember Goggins shouting, "You've got way more in the tank." It's not just a mindset, it's a mindset that breaks limits. Now let's zoom in on something truly powerful that Goggins introduced into his life, the accountability mirror. Picture this, a regular mirror just like the one you have in your bathroom. For Goggins, it became more than just a reflection of himself. It became a tool for transformation. So what's the deal with the accountability mirror? Well, Goggins realized that many of us carry insecurities and doubts, but we often avoid confronting them. He decided to face his own insecurities head-on. Every day, he'd stand in front of that mirror and have an honest conversation with himself. He'd look at himself and acknowledge the areas in his life where he was falling short. It could be about his fitness, his mindset, or even his relationships. And then, crucially, he'd hold himself accountable for making changes. Imagine the impact of looking yourself in the eye and saying, "I need to do better." That's the essence of the accountability mirror. It's a simple yet profound act of self-reflection, self-improvement. Now, you might be wondering, how does this apply to you? Well, the accountability mirror isn't reserved for Navy SEALs or ultra-endurance athletes. It's a tool anyone can use. Take a moment each day to stand in front of your own accountability mirror, figuratively or literally, and ask yourself, where can I improve? What steps can I take to be better today? It's a small but mighty practice that can lead to significant personal growth. So don't shy away from facing the truth, because as Goggins would say, that mirror has the power to transform your life. All right, guys, let's talk about something that truly sets David Goggins apart. his taking souls mentality, and trust me, it's not as spooky as it sounds. Picture this: Goggins doesn't just conquer challenges, he goes a step further and takes souls. Now, before you start thinking he's some kind of soul-snatching sorcerer, let me break it down for you in everyday terms. Imagine running 4 miles every 4 hours for a hopping 48 hours straight. That's the 4 into 4 into 48 challenge. Most of us would call it quits after a warm-up jog, right? But not Goggins. He throws down the gauntlet with these insane challenges, not just to prove a point, but to break through mental barriers and inspire the heck out of us. It's not just about the physical grind, it's about the mental game. By pushing himself to the extreme, Goggins says, "I'm taking souls." What he means is, he's not just completing these challenges, he's breaking the will of that inner voice telling him to stop. And here's the thing, he wants you to do the same. Now, you might not be ready to tackle a 4 into 4 and 48, and that's cool. But the idea here is to find your own challenge, something that makes you doubt yourself a bit, and then go after it like your life depends on it. It's about showing your inner doubts who's boss and proving that you're capable of way more than you think. So, as Goggins puts it, find your challenge, take your soul back from that doubting voice, and let the world know you're here to kick butt and take names. Keep it real, stay hard, and remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you set for yourself. Now, go out there and start taking souls, metaphorically, of course. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, embracing the suck. This is Goggins' way of saying, hey, life's not always a walk in the park, and that's okay. It's about diving headfirst into discomfort, getting cozy with challenges, and coming out on the other side stronger than ever. Imagine this: Goggins isn't preaching about enjoying pain for the sake of it. No one's saying, yay, let's go find problems. Instead, it's about understanding that when things get tough, that's where the magic happens. Life's like a tough workout. You sweat, you ache, but those are the moments that sculpt your strength. Goggins didn't become a Navy SEAL or conquer crazy marathons by chilling on the couch. Nope, he faced the grind, embraced the suck, and found growth in discomfort. It's like leveling up in a video game. You tackle tougher challenges, gain experience, and become a more badass version of yourself. So, the next time life throws a curveball your way, remember Goggins' mantra, embrace the suck. It's not about pretending everything's peachy. It's about facing reality with a chin-up attitude. Because in the suck, you discover resilience, you build character, and you come out on top, ready for whatever life throws your way. Alright guys, now let's dive into one of the most intriguing aspects of Goggins' mindset, callousing the mind. Now, don't get all caught up in complex terms. It's basically toughening up your brain. Imagine your mind as a muscle. Goggins says you can make it stronger, just like hitting the gym for your biceps. So how does Goggins suggest we callous this mental muscle? Well, it's not about avoiding challenges, but facing them head on. Picture this: life throws punches, and instead of dodging, you take them, build resilience, and come back stronger. It's like turning life's obstacles into your personal training ground. And can't hurt me. Goggins lays down some practical strategies, like staying consistent and disciplined. Think of it like building a habit, but for your mind. He says, hey, it's not about avoiding pain. It's about becoming buddies with it. Sounds a bit intense, right? Goggins' message is clear: by exposing ourselves to discomfort and staying disciplined in the face of adversity, we become mentally tougher. It's not about being a superhero, it's about making yourself more resilient to life's curveballs. So the next time life throws a challenge your way, remember Goggins' mantra: toughen up that mind of yours and face it head on. After all, a calloused mind is a powerful one. Now, let's chat about how Goggins sees pain. It's not your usual perspective, let me tell you. For him, pain isn't the enemy. It's more like a tough love coach. Picture this: Goggins believes that facing pain head-on is like a secret handshake with success. He's been there, done that, from struggling with weight issues to enduring some seriously grueling challenges. Think of it this way: pain, for Goggins, is like the heavy lifting at the gym. It might feel brutal in the moment, but that's where the magic happens. It's the ingredient that turns ordinary folks into extraordinary beings. Now, this isn't about glorifying suffering. Goggins isn't a sadist. He's more of a pain philosopher. He's got this unique knack for turning adversity into a tool for growth. The pain isn't there to break you, it's there to make you. Goggins' story teaches us that when life throws curveballs and it will, instead of dodging them, catch them and throw them back. It's a bit like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So as you flip through the pages of Can't Hurt Me, understand that Goggins isn't preaching a life without discomfort. No, quite the opposite. He's saying, hey, when life gets tough, don't back down. Lean into it, embrace the pain, and watch yourself transform into a stronger, more resilient version of you. It's a mindset shift that can turn obstacles into stepping stones. So in your own journey, when the going gets tough, remember Goggins' take on pain. It's not a roadblock, it's the scenic route to greatness. All right, let's break down what we can actually take away from David Goggins' incredible journey. This isn't just about his crazily tough challenges or mind-bending feats. It's about real, down-to-earth lessons that we can apply in our own lives. First up, self-discipline. Goggins didn't become a Navy SEAL or run crazy miles overnight. It all started with small, consistent steps. So in your life, think about those little actions that add up. It's not about making huge changes in one go. It's about being disciplined in the small things every day. Next, facing our insecurities head-on. Goggins literally stood in front of a mirror and confronted his doubts. Now, you might not need a mirror. Reflecting on your weaknesses and tackling them head-first can lead to some serious personal growth. It's like cleaning out your mental closet. Now, let's talk discomfort. Goggins is all about embracing the suck, the tough moments that make you want to quit. In your life, it could be a challenging project or a workout routine. Embrace it. It's where the real magic happens, where you grow and surprise yourself. Lastly, don't shy away from the hard stuff. Goggins isn't about avoiding pain. He's about using it as a tool for growth. So when life throws you a curveball, tackle it, learn from it, and come out stronger. In a nutshell, it's about being disciplined, facing your fears, embracing discomfort, and using challenges as stepping stones. Goggins' story isn't just about him. It's an invitation for all of us to level up in our own lives. So let's take these lessons, apply them, and see where our journey takes us. Now, let's talk about the skeptics and controversies surrounding David Goggins and his no-nonsense approach. Look, not everyone's on the same page about his hardcore mindset. Some people raise an eyebrow, questioning whether Goggins' relentless methods are a universal fix for everyone. Critics argue that his tough love philosophy might not suit everyone's cup of tea. They say it's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. One size doesn't fit all. There's this valid concern that Goggins' extreme approach might be a bit much for people just starting their self-improvement journey. It's like jumping straight into the deep end of the pool without learning to swim first. Another point of contention is the sustainability of Goggins' hardcore lifestyle. Some people wonder if the high-intensity mindset he advocates is like a sprint rather than a marathon. Can everyone keep up with this relentless pace long-term without burning out? But here's the thing, controversy or not, Goggins has undeniably left an impact. Whether you're a hardcore fan or a skeptic, there's no denying the guy has spurred countless people to step out of their comfort zones. So as we navigate through the critiques, it's worth remembering that self-improvement is a unique journey, and what works for one might not work for another. The key is finding your own path, embracing growth at a pace that suits you, and staying true to the journey. In conclusion, Can't Hurt Me isn't just a book. It's a roadmap to unlocking your full potential. David Goggins' story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the limitless possibilities that lie within us. So whether you're facing challenges or simply seeking inspiration, this book is a must-read. Remember, stay hard, stay disciplined, and as always, stay curious. Until next time, keep pushing your limits, and I'll catch you in the next video.